Hey, it's Michelle from 97.9 WRMF, here with Gary Lightbody from Snow Patrol. Thank you so much for taking some time to talk to us today, get your fans a little inside scoop. You guys are on your 6th album, Fallen Empires. You can obviously tell different music sound completely from the other albums. What made you guys experiment a little bit with this record?
I think we pushed what we'd done in the past to its absolute limit, and I think with the last record before this one, the 100 Million Suns, we sort of maybe we were trying to plot new territory that we couldn't really find the sort of keys to the kingdom or the map to the kingdom. So this time round we just took a lot more time, and we moved to a sunny climate as well. We moved to LA to do the album. And we're
get in the mood.
We're doing basically on the beach in Malibu, looking out at the Pacific Ocean and watching the dolphins go past, and it just gives it a much more expansive perspective than recording an album in rabbit warren in the middle of an Irish winter. There's nothing wrong with that at all, but it's just we'd never recorded an album in the sunshine before, and I think this time around with the sea and the sun and the dolphins and the eagles circling above us, protecting us. Well, that's what it felt anyway. That's why there's an eagle on the front cover of the album.
Very cool.
It was Eagle's Watch is where we recorded it. This house is called Eagle's Watch. It's got this sort of bronze statue of an eagle, and the eagles come, sometimes they swoop around and then they come down, they perch on top of the eagle statue. So seeing an actual eagle perching on top of a bronze eagle, it's kind of the
that
most
sounds really inspiring in some
bizarre
weird way.
inspiration. Really, it is. It's incredible. So that kind of, I feel a sort of deep connection with that animal. I'd love to be able to fly as well, but then everybody would.
Yeah, right?
So that's the closest I can get. And I get to flying is watching them fly.
What do you hope to achieve with this actual album then, since it's your 6th one?
I think we've achieved an incredible amount with this record already. Just in terms of opening people's minds a little further to kind of our more adventurous side, I think. And like especially around Europe at the moment, things are going better than they've ever gone. In places like Germany and Belgium and Holland and all the places that we sort of hadn't, and a whole bunch of other places that we hadn't historically been massive in. Now we're massive, and that's kind of an incredible kind of development. It's still opening up different countries, And obviously things have tapered off in the States since the glory days of chasing cars, but that's one of the things about being here. With America, it's you either have that big hit, as we experienced with chasing cars, or you do it the harder way, which is you tour your asses off, And I think that we've never been shy of coming and bringing it to the people.
And I think that's what's so great about you guys. And I did read somewhere, I want to know if this is true, that you guys were upset that you saw at bars and clubs that people didn't really dance to your music, so you kind of wanted to get your dance on. So what was that like in the studio? Was there like a dance-off every week? Like, how did you get into the mindset?
There is actually quite a lot of footage of us dancing around, not necessarily always to our music, which would kind of just be a little bit sad, to be honest, after a while, but dancing around to, other things, Mastercraft, or too many DJs or something, but it was, I think, because we never really had that sort of dancing. We had jumping up and down and hands in the air and lots of singing along.
Absolutely.
Lots and lots of singing along. I think that's the thing. Out of all the things, of all the audience participation that we have naturally and generally, is the singing along. So we kind of wanted to see if we could entice people to shake their booty as well. It happens some nights, it doesn't happen other nights, but we generally always have the singing along. So
well, I know it is for me. It's, I think, a great album, and I want to get to the new single you guys are pushing real quick, New York. So great song. You can feel the emotion in every single lyric. I was just curious. It's obviously about a girl that you met there, and wrong place, wrong times. Basically, the story of my life and everybody else's. Do you still speak to her? Does she know the song's even about her? She
knows the song's about her.
And
she knows where I am. I played her the song, and I'm not sure initially she believed me that it was about her, but it is. We still speak, yeah.
Oh, great! And I do want to know, because I'm sure everybody else wants to know, what is next for Snow Patrol? I'm sure your fans were all dying to know.
Next is, I well, touring. I mean, that's the thing. You get into this cycle where you just keep touring until people stop booking gigs, and then we'll get into making another record. In terms of like sonically, we made kind of 2 records.
Oh, great!
During the making of Fallen Empires. Although I think we've probably moved on from that record already, so we might revisit some of those songs and incorporate them in the next album. But the plan initially was that we would release another album somewhere along the line of the stuff from Fallen Empires.
Very cool.
But I think we've already moved on from there. So I think the next album is going to be bigger, more joyful. I want to make sort of music that just fills people with hope, and I've sort of filled people with despair for a long time.
There's hope there too.
Yeah, there certainly is. At least I hope people feel that way. But our music is generally melancholic. Even the more triumphant songs generally have a tinge of sadness in them, and I think I'd like to make an album of just pure joy and see how that goes. I feel like it's the right time. I feel pretty joyful. So
absolutely.
Why the heck not?
Sounds great. I want to thank Gary. Thank you so much for giving us some of your time. And until next time, I'm going to let him go to his sound check. Bye, everyone.
Bye.